And an affordable electric vehicle does not have to feel cheap. And right now, the Tesla Model 2 is proving that statement true with 7 impressive new updates designed to make everyday driving smoother, safer, and far more practical. From gliding over rough roads to seeing clearly in cold rain, charging anywhere without messy adapters, handling maintenance intelligently, staying secure even when parked, and resisting corrosion through harsh winters. These are not just upgrades, they are a redefinition of what a budget-friendly electric car can feel like. Which of these innovations will instantly make your daily drive more comfortable, and which will quietly save money for you over the years? Stay tuned, because this video will guide you through every one of these upgrades that almost no one has talked about on the Tesla Model 2 yet. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to Auto Intel. It only takes a second but keeps you miles ahead of everyone else in the world of electric vehicles. Tap the bell icon too, so you never miss what's coming next, especially as we break down each of these fascinating new technologies in the Model 2. The first update, called Pothole Guard, tackles one of the biggest daily annoyances in driving, those unexpected road craters that appear out of nowhere. The system uses a front-facing camera that scans at 60 to 120 frames per second, paired with vibration sensors mounted near each wheel hub. All of this data flows into the suspension controller, which identifies dark patches, sharp edges, and sudden vibration spikes. Within only 10 to 15 milliseconds, the electronic control unit adjusts the damper stiffness, and the total system latency remains around 50 milliseconds, fast enough to soften the suspension just before the wheel hits the pothole. Simultaneously, the Model 2 reduces its regenerative braking torque slightly so that the wheel remains free to roll over the obstacle instead of locking on impact. When this happens, vertical impact acceleration at the hub can drop by 20 to 40%. For example, at 40 km per hour over a 5 cm pothole, peak acceleration can drop from 8 to 10 meters per second squared to about 5 to 6. That reduction means less stress on the tire sidewall, fewer rim dents, and a noticeable reduction in fatigue while driving on rough city roads. In driver seat vibration tests, the root mean square acceleration drops by 10 to 25% on medium rough roads. So not only does the ride become smoother, but the wear on tires and rims drops too. Given that typical 17 to 18-inch tires cost between $150 and $220 each, and replacement rims can go anywhere from $300 to $900, one bad hit can cost anywhere between $250 to $1,200. Over 3 to 5 years, and a mileage of 12 to 15,000 miles per year, Pothole Guard can reduce tire or rim damage by 30 to 50%. That translates into real savings of several $100s over time. Even better, each detected pothole is logged locally, and if the owner agrees, anonymously shared to a Tesla database that updates the Model 2's navigation map. Over time, the system learns and anticipates known rough spots, creating an increasingly smoother drive with every trip. What was your worst pothole experience? Under $250, between $250 and $500, or over $500? Comment below with Tesla Model 2 if you think Pothole Guard should be standard in every car. Next up, Storm Vision, Tesla's answer to bad weather and fog. This feature takes visibility to the next level by treating the problem right at the camera lens. It starts with a nanohydrophobic coating that gives the lens a contact angle of about 115 to 120 degrees. That means raindrops beat up and roll away instead of smearing across the glass. Around the lens, a tiny 2 to 4 watt micro heater ring warms the surface by 8 to 12 degrees Celsius above ambient temperature in just 10 to 15 seconds. When the onboard humidity sensor detects a risk of fogging, micro-air jets sweep the lens at 6 to 10 meters per second, blowing away condensation. In practice, water droplets clear within less than half a second, and thin fog layers vanish within 5 to 8 seconds. These three elements, coating, heater, and air jets, work in harmony to restore visibility almost instantly. That means the cameras feeding Tesla's driver assistance system see clearly even in rain and fog. In testing, moderate rain reduced blurred frames by 60 to 70% with Storm Vision active. In light fog, The share of frames with high contrast increased by 30 to 45%. As a result, lane keeping and forward object detection systems stay active longer and do not have to fall back on radar or ultrasonic sensors. Braking tests at 60 km per hour in light rain showed that automatic braking detected obstacles a few frames earlier, cutting stopping distance by 1 to 2 meters, an improvement that can make all the difference when avoiding a sudden obstacle. Despite all that performance, storm vision consumes very little energy, only about 0.02 to 0.05 watt-hours per cycle, a negligible amount compared to the battery pack. During dry weather, it automatically rests in standby, only checking humidity occasionally. The result is a vision suite that stays clear without any driver effort, reducing visual strain on long, rainy drives and keeping the Model 2's advanced safety systems online even when other vehicles struggle. Third, adapterless fast charging. Tesla has taken one of the biggest inconveniences in electric driving, carrying multiple adapters, and removed it completely. The Model 2 integrates its power switchgear and charging protocol module directly inside the charging inlet, meaning every decision about current, voltage, and safety is handled internally. As soon as you plug in, the car's firmware automatically identifies whether you are using the combined charging system, the North American Charging Standard, or the IEC Type 2. Within 2 to 4 seconds, it negotiates the proper handshake, voltage, and current parameters. A mechanical lock secures the connector in place, and a thermal safeguard cuts power if the plug shell exceeds 65 degrees Celsius. Because everything happens inside the port, there is no external adapter firmware to update, and no additional electrical resistance that can heat up at high current. On a standard 400-volt charger, the Model 2 can sustain 120 to 170 kilowatts until around 50% charge, before taper begins. With liquid-cooled 500 ampere cables and a preconditioned battery, it can reach 200 to 250 kilowatts at peak, with 100 kilowatts achieved in just 6 to 8 seconds. That ramp-up is 30 to 40% faster than typical systems using external adapters. With fewer interfaces, there are also fewer faults. Across large public networks, the Model 2's charging errors drop below 1%. On a 600-kilometer trip with 3 brief stops, the total plug-in and wait time drops to about 45 to 55 minutes. Instant protocol recognition saves 6 to 10 minutes per session, while holding higher charge power for longer saves another 2 to 4 minutes. That means a total of 10 to 14 minutes saved on a single long journey, not to mention the peace of mind of traveling without extra adapters. Simpler road trips, faster charging, and fewer headaches, all standard in the Tesla Model 2. Fourth is the Predictive Wear Pack, a small but powerful maintenance guardian that listens for early signs of wear every time the car moves. Each wheel hub houses a small microphone and accelerometer, capturing noise and vibration data thousands of times per second, while temperature and humidity sensors provide context about the environment. Over time, the system learns to identify specific patterns, like high-pitched squeals between 2 and 6 kHz that indicate dry brake pads, or low-frequency vibrations between 12 and 18 Hz that suggest uneven tire wear. Using these clues, the Model 2 can estimate tread depth with accuracy within half a millimeter and infer brake pad thickness from friction and temperature data. When confidence passes a threshold, it sends an alert recommending tire rotation or inspection, before a small problem becomes costly. Rotating tires as soon as tread difference hits 1.5 to 2 mm can extend tire life by 10 to 20%. For a $600 to $900 tire set, that saves $60 to $180 per rotation cycle. Replacing pads before they thin below 3 mm keeps rotor temperatures under 350 degrees Celsius, avoiding warping that can cost hundreds in repairs. Over 3 to 5 years, Predictive Wear Pack can save between $300 and $900 in maintenance costs, while also reducing total workshop visits by 30 to 40%. The Model 2 simply listens, learns, and nudges at the right time, no technical expertise required. Fifth, right to repair mode. The Tesla Model 2 now acts as its own interactive repair assistant, turning service mode into a smart, guided interface. On the main screen, it displays step-by-step repair procedures, torque specifications, wiring diagrams, and plain language fault code explanations. Independent garages can access diagnostics through onboard systems or an open application interface, allowing them to follow the same workflow used by Tesla's own service centers. This cuts troubleshooting time by 20 to 40%. With labor rates averaging between $90 and $150 at independent garages, and up to $250 at official dealers, that means roughly $200 saved per job. Safety is built in. High-risk procedures like firmware flashing require two-factor authentication, while everyday repairs have clear on-screen confirmations. Everything is logged to maintain warranty integrity, and all technical data updates over the air so every technician always has the latest information. For example, fixing a stuck window motor now takes 45 to 60 minutes instead of 2 to 3 hours, saving between $150 and $300. Replacing the 12-volt auxiliary battery now takes about half the time thanks to guided high-voltage isolation and clear checklists. Across several minor repairs each year, owners reclaim 2 to 4 hours of shop time and save nearly $200 to $600 in labor. The result is faster, more accurate repairs, fewer repeat visits, and better long-term reliability. Sixth, the ultra-wideband anti-theft and mesh recovery system. The Model 2 protects against one of the most common forms of modern car theft, relay attacks. Instead of relying on signal strength, Tesla's ultra-wideband system measures the travel time of radio pulses with position accuracy between 10 and 30 centimeters. This means thieves cannot trick the system by amplifying your key signal from far away. If the key is not physically near the car, access is denied. Even if a thief somehow disables the car's cellular connection, the Model 2 activates mesh recovery mode. In this mode, the car emits encrypted short-range pings that nearby Tesla vehicles can detect and forward to the cloud once they regain network coverage. Each relay adds only a few seconds, expanding the search range from tens to hundreds of meters. This decentralized recovery makes it much harder for stolen vehicles to disappear. Insurers already recognize this reduced risk, often rewarding owners with small premium discounts. The Tesla app notifies the owner immediately when another vehicle relays a ping, showing the most recent location securely. The process is encrypted and automatic, giving owners peace of mind and authorities accurate data for recovery. Finally, CorroShield and DrainSmart, Tesla's latest corrosion protection system. It begins with material treatment, a 3-layer process applied to steel components like control arms and link rods. First, 6 to 8 micrometers of electrogalvanized zinc, then a 1 to 2 micrometer conversion coating, followed by a 12 to 18 micrometer polymer topcoat. In salt spray tests, this combination resists corrosion for 720 to 1000 hours, roughly 2 to 3 times better than standard coatings. DrainSmart complements it with humidity and salt ion sensors in the fender wells. If moisture levels remain above 85% for more than 30 minutes, small vents open for 2 to 3 seconds to release trapped water, draining about 15 to 25 milliliters per second. Once dry, the vents close automatically. This prevents corrosion pockets from forming in hidden areas. Maintenance tests show that bolts treated with CorroShield need about 1/3 less torque to remove after 2 winters, cutting service time and saving roughly $80 to $100 per visit. The Tesla Model 2 is not just adding clever gadgets, it is quietly redefining what affordable driving feels like, day after day. Comfort, safety, and intelligence now come standard, at a price point that was once unthinkable for this level of technology. Which of these features would you want on your next car? Share your thoughts below and make sure you are subscribed to Auto Intel, because this is only the beginning of Tesla's most important chapter yet.